Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where entrepreneurs and professionals publish to grow their businesses and to leave a legacy. We are doing business spotlights, special segments spotlighting businesses and great professionals across the country and even in your town. Joining me today on this segment of the show is Randy Wildman Brown from Jackson, Mississippi, a man of many distinctions, one of which he's the 2020 Jackson Music Award R&B Disc Jockey of the Year recipient, and also he's been selected as the 2020 ZBT, which is Zydeco Blues and Trail Ride, Outstanding Radio Personality. Randy, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mark. It's an honor to be here with you.
Randy, tell us a little bit about your work. You've got a lot going on. What are you working on today, and who are the folks that you help?
Well, basically, Mark, I have several different projects going at this time. However, I have a debut CD out entitled "Just One More Day," and it's been out now for about a year or so. The completed project, and I'm quite elated over the release of it. And also, my wife Janice Dolores Lee Adams, I call him Miss Wow. My favorite moniker, what everyone knows me by is when I'm on the air on Tuesday nights on WMPR in Jackson, Mississippi. They listen for me to use my old saying, "I'll suck it to you, baby." And usually when someone hears that, they say, well, that's Randy Wildman Brown. Nevertheless, my wife and I, we do an annual project called the Doggone Dishing Festival, and it's put together over in the neighborhood where we grew up at, and we are focused on the concept we give back to the hood, and that being that we have live entertainment. We give away everything is free and it's open to the public, but we give away food. But most of all, the whole objective of this particular event is to try to provide school supplies for children in the neighborhood where we grew up who are less fortunate than others, and try to relieve some of the stress that's imposed upon their parents. And especially during these times, a program like that definitely helps out. So basically, with the Doggone Dishing Festival and the release of my debut CD, and the fact that I'm on WMPR radio every Tuesday night here in Jackson, Mississippi from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And at 12 midnight, I have basically a midnight roll call that goes about 45 minutes to an hour. And I call names from listeners who are tuned in all across the world. They call in and they enjoy content of the music that I play. And basically it's blues, old school, Motown. And occasionally I drop a little country in there because I realize that we're from a diverse society today, so you have to try to reach out to as many people as possible to get out your message musically. And I do believe that the message is in the music. Therefore, on my show, that's what I promote: clean, good music that has a message, and try to inspire people today to do something positive in life. So basically, when you say Randy Wildman Brown, I'm working on, as I mentioned, my debut project, and I have interest of crossing over from being radio air personality to live recording artist, and it's always been a passion of mine. So I just love doing what I do, Mark.
Randy, you mentioned, positivity and positive stuff. Speaking of that, your Doggone Dishing Festival. I want to hear a little bit more about that because, hey, I'm in the suburbs of Chicago and across the entire country, different cities are all kind of doing at-home learning rather than in-person learning and virtual learning. How has this pandemic affected the Doggone Dishing Festival for you this year?
Let me tell you, it's been really, really crucial for my wife and I, Mark, because everything basically was shut down, and at first we didn't actually believe that we were going to be able to provide the students any necessary supplies this year because of the pandemic. A matter of fact, because we have to get approval through the city. We get a permit, of course, to do this, and we start off with a live parade from the local high school of the area. They love participating in that, not just the local high school, but even the elementary school. The kids there march in front of the band, and everyone lined up to enjoy that. Just come down the street in the heart of the neighborhood, and when they get down to the area where we have the event, they will stop and do their little dances, and the band has the opportunity to show their particular expertise at doing what they do. Matter of fact, the Jim Hill High School marching band, we call them the baby boom because Jackson State University is so close. However, reflecting upon what you asked me, the pandemic, it this year we was unable to have the live entertainment and food giveaways. However, by the grace of God, my wife and I, we were able to give away over 450 bags, book bags that were full of supplies that we just passed out to the kids when they come through with their parents. When they come through with their parents. Matter of fact, it may have been 500 or more, but they just drive through. We pass them the bag. How many of the kids they have? We pass them a bag, and we consider that a success because basically that's what the Doggone Dishing Festival is all about. When we say we give back to the hood, we want to show the kids in the neighborhood that for at least one day, and even though we have plans of expanding and doing other things for the children throughout the year, this was our 10th year, and it was a milestone achievement for us because starting from beginning up to the 10th year, I would say the first 5 years or so, my wife Janice and I, we would just basically go in our own pockets and come up with whatever was necessary to make this event possible and make it happen. But now we invite local community leaders, government officials in the area, and even anyone abroad who believe in the concept of we give back to the hood, that is given to some child that is less fortunate than the other, then they're able to do so and provide a donation to help us accomplish our goal in providing for the unfortunate in our neighborhood. And we are a 501c3 entity now. Therefore, all contributions are tax deductible as such.
Tell us, take us back. You're in your 10th year, which is terrific. How did you get inspired to create the Doggone Dishing Festival? And like, how do you get that started? How's it funded? And this is such a great thing for the community. I'd love other people to be inspired to do the same in theirs. How'd you get started?
Well, the way that we got started, it started, we were just sitting around talking about, we were sitting around talking about how we could just possibly get together and do something for the children in the neighborhood. As we noticed, we grew up in the neighborhood, and over the years, with the coming of technology and with I would say with the negative presentations, or what I should I say it like that, the negative things that have happened in communities of less income, should I say, then the neighborhood seemingly changed from where the way that it was when my wife and I, when we grew up in the neighborhood and we could walk to school. You could see the elderly sitting on the porch, cutting the grass, without all of the negative things that have been injected into the neighborhood and create a negative appearance of what's actually going on. And when I said negative appearance, I'm talking about crime, drugs, I mean, just putting it flat on the line, prostitution, things of this nature. And we felt like that the children in the neighborhood, and we have good children in the neighborhood. We have good parents still in the neighborhood, but we don't want just a few bad apples to ruin the whole bunch and have the kids thinking that this is a way of life, to take on these type of characters, because that's not so. So we decided that we needed to do something to show the children that at least one day, we figure if we start one day with an event where you can get everyone together without any drugs on the scene, without any violence, and the kids have a nice time, that this would be something to inspire the children to be the best that they can be. And we also have representatives from the fire department to come out and do lectures. We have community leaders to do lectures and try to speak to the children at this event. But it's a family affair. So basically, that's how we got started. And then we expanded and start seeking donations to help support this event, because as it grew, we were always advised that, hey, like, you can't just give away everything. You got to have vendors. You got to have vendors on hand. Well, everyone wants to come in to a community that's less fortunate, and they want to come in as vendors and do events and have entertainment shows and such. And they're sucking all the money out of the neighborhood and not putting nothing back into the neighborhood, nothing positive at all. So our concept is we give back to the hood. We want to give back to the hood where we grew up from, and we seek assistance. We seek help, anything positive that can help contribute to the neighborhood and show others, not just in our neighborhood, but abroad, that it can be done without you planning on making money off of what you're doing. Give back to the hood, give back some. That's how you get your blessings. You got to give back some.
I really applaud what you're doing because it's just fantastic. I mean, the world needs more positive things, positive celebrations, and that's what this is all about. Randy, for folks listening and they want to learn more about you, take a listen to your music, for example, maybe even get involved in the Doggone Dishin' Festival, or just overall connect with you, how do they find you?
They can find me on Facebook at Randy Wildman Brown. That's my moniker on Facebook, Randy Wildman Brown. And or you can tune in to my website at www.randywildmanbrown.com. And it also tells you about what the Dishin' Festival is all about. And there's also a donate button there where you can donate online to help the cause that I'm speaking of right now at this time. As a matter of fact, on that website, we're yet modifying and adding different things to it through my web designer. And I just encourage everyone that if you want to know more about Randy Wildman Brown and what I'm about, just tune in, check me out online at www.randywildmanbrown.com, and please make your donation. And if you like to hear some great uh, old school music, blues, and I believe in giving an artist a chance also to have their music heard, because I understand in the market today, an indie artist, and when I say indie, I'm talking about the independents. It's hard for someone to get a break in this industry, to get your music played on radio, because one thing that has happened to radio, and that is uh, personality. Personality has been taken out of the radio system. There's no personality anymore. I mean, it's been practically eliminated all the way across the board. That way, you could just go out and pick up anybody standing outside and bring them in and show them a program and tell them, say, hey, run it. However, that's not what radio is basically all about. It's about reaching out to the community. Radio serves the community. And therefore, instead of trying to be the biggest advertiser, which there's nothing wrong, that's what radio is all about, just like any other commercial business is making money. However, what are you giving back to the neighborhood? And personality gives an individual, and now when I say individual, the announcer, the opportunity to add his or her own input to actually what they're doing and their presentation of their program at any given time that it's broadcast.
Well, Randy, Jackson is certainly blessed to have you on the air there. And
Thank you, Mark.
I appreciate you taking the time to share with my audience today. This is absolutely terrific and inspirational. I wish you continued success for you and for all of your endeavors.
Thank you very much. And again, I ask everyone to, number one, tune in to my Tuesday night show on WMPR. That's here in Jackson, Mississippi, 100,000 watt FM worldwide web radio station. You can tune in on TuneIn Radio at WMPR901FM.com, or please check out the website, www.randywildmanbrown.com. It'll tell you all about the Dishing Festival and give you a little more insight about what I'm all about, and give you insight of some of the roots where I come from. And I don't love, I mean, like, I love where I come from, that doggone dishing, you better believe it. And I don't mind giving out my personal number, 601-664-8468.
That's terrific. Thank you once again. That was Randy Wildman Brown from Jackson, Mississippi. This segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where entrepreneurs and professionals publish to grow their businesses and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. Join me on my next Expert Spotlight. I'm Mark Imperial.